Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So it's actually about a month to go until these World Cup qualifiers, and obviously there'll be lots of World Cup qualifier content the closer those games come around. But I'm just looking at our squad and I'm thinking, obviously we made a video about Delors. Check out the Andy Delors video if you haven't seen it already. And then we had the video about Goodiora. But up front, we're just lacking some firepower. And you look at the AFCON we just had, and the three group games, none of the strikers scored. We scored one goal in 3 games, and that was from Bundubka. So obviously Slimani, Bunajah, Amora, well, you can't really blame Amora. The guy didn't get any minutes. But Slimani and Bunajah, both getting on a little bit. I know Slimani's now gone to Sporting, and Bunajah got back in the goals recently in Qatar, but obviously you've got Delors as an alternative. We won't include Delors in today's video because that's a whole separate video. So check out the Delors debate if you want to see the views on Andy Delors being Algeria's striker. So in today's video, we're going to look at 3 potential strikers that could lead the line for Algeria against Cameroon if we decide to change it up, because we need goals, and 1 goal in 3 games, particularly not scoring against Equatorial Guinea and Sierra Leone, is a cause for concern for me. So you can see the 3 strikers on the screen now, and they're the 3 strikers we're going to be discussing today. The first striker is Ishak Belfodil, and Belfadil actually has been called by Belmadi before, towards the earlier reign of Belmadi when he first took the job. Belfadil was in and around the squad, of course been capped a number of times previously. Now Belfadil is an interesting one. He's been around a lot, he's played in Europe, he's played in the Middle East, but not really, apart from the Hoffenheim season where him and Kramaric were amazing, then he became a free agent afterwards. Now he's gone to Hertha Berlin on a free transfer. He scored like a couple of goals, but for me, scoring in the Bundesliga is worth a lot more than scoring in the Middle East, and that's because the quality of football is higher. The German league is a high-quality league, high-quality teams, high-quality defences you're coming up against. And Belfadil is pretty much playing week in, week out regularly, so he's been deemed good enough to play. And I would love to see Belfadil recalled to the squad. I think Belfadil could be a really good addition to the squad for us. Out of these 3 strikers, I think he's one of the best, and it's just that if he had a few more goals in Germany, it would be a no-brainer, because obviously he had that season at Hoffenheim, which was so good, and then he was injured, and he missed the AFCON in 2019 because of that injury. That's why we had only 2 strikers in the squad before Delors joined it. And he's a good player. He knows where the goal is. He's scored plenty of goals in his career as a striker. I think this would be a nice addition to the squad. So Belfadil is the first striker we could look at. The second striker we could look at is Oussama Darfulu. Now I remember Darfalou at Usama. Some good years in the CAF Champions League and those CAF Continental Cups, did well. Scored a few goals in the Algerian league. So have many strikers, but then gone on to struggle in Europe. And to be fair to Darfalou, he obviously made the move to Holland, to the Eredivisie, moved to Vitesse. Played against Tottenham this season in the Conference League. He's still in Holland. I think he's been shipped out on loan to Zwolle, another club in the Netherlands. Fortunately not getting enough game time at Vitesse. But again, a striker from Algeria playing in Europe, has played for Algeria before a couple of times, so it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. I just don't think Darfalou has that the missing quality we need in this squad. We need someone ready scoring now, and he's not exactly set the world on fire in the Eredivisie. So obviously Vitesse don't think he's good enough to be at the club right now. And if he's not good enough for Vitesse, does that mean he's good enough for Algeria? Well, it's a sticky one. So we've got Darfalou again as a potential option. But all 3 of these strikers, by the way, they're not the youngest. They're in their late 20s, early 30s. So it's not exactly fresh talent. We're sort of looking at players ready to come in and do the job now. And of course, whoever you do bring in as a striking option on the training pitch, you offer competition to Slimani and Bunajah, and you could make them work a little bit harder. The final striking option, and for me, the most clinical, the best goal scorer this season out of these 3, and I think the only one here who's not capped, Mohamed Benyettou. Now, Benyettou is in Qatar like Bunajah, but he's not at Al Sadd, he's at Al Wakra. and obviously not as good a club as Al Sadd, but he's got a fair few goals in the league and in the cup this season, and that's quite a lot of goals. But what you do say about even if you're scoring in the league, that's not as good. Doesn't matter what league you're in. If you're putting the ball in the back of the net, you've got to have something about you. And I think Benyettou, I mean, he's not the youngest. It's not like he's going to be one for the future. Could be an option. And we might have to take a gamble, because watching Slimani and Bounedjah, particularly Bounedjah at the AFCON, I get nightmares thinking about it. So Benyettou scored a whole host of goals. I think he came through the Algerian league as well, like Darfalou, but he was at Steph, not Usama. And then I think he's been around North Africa and the Middle East, and now he's at Al Wakra, and he scored a fair few goals playing with Gelson Dala, the Angolan forward as well. Got a good partnership going, those two. I think Benyettou could be an option. So we've got Belfadil, Darfalou and Benyettou, and obviously you've got Delors as well, but these are the guys I think that you're going to probably see challenging for the striker spots if Belmadi does choose to go for other strikers. If not, of course, you're going to see Slimani and Bounedjah, one of those two up front against Cameroon, or both together. We've seen the 4-4-2 as well. So anyway, this video was just my thoughts on some potential strikers we could bring in. Again, I'm always interested to see what you guys say in the comments down below. So I'd just like to see, out of these three, which one would you prefer? Belfadil, Darfalou or Benyettou? Or if you'd rather have Delors than all of them, say that. So I'd like to see your views on these strikers in the comments down below. But yeah, those are three strikers Algeria could turn to for these World Cup qualifiers. But like I said, I hope everyone's doing good. Lots of content on the way, inshallah. There's going to be more matchday experiences and more vlogs, more gaming. The Football Manager series has already started filming for that. So yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy those. But anyway, have a good day, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.